Hi everyone, it's H, the wholesale expert from Aftermarket Arbitrage, and today we're going to go through the FBA wholesale business model. Now the reason why this is so important is because you get a lot of people who start wholesale and they literally just go all guns blazing without actually understanding the fundamentals of the business model. Now why is understanding the business model so important before you actually get started? And that's because you need to know exactly what your business does before you go out and start outreaching to suppliers, getting on the phone to suppliers, because in order to increase the chances of you getting wholesale accounts open, well, good wholesale accounts open anyway, you need to have a very good understanding of the business model. And also to maintain these relationships and work with these suppliers, you need to understand the business model and where you fit within the business model, right? So now what we'll start off with is the supply chain of products, okay? And this is essentially the journey that products go down before they end up with the end customer. Now, being wholesale sellers, we are going to be intercepting the supply chain on a brand, distributor, and wholesaler level, utilizing Amazon as a platform to sell to the end customer. Pretty simple, right? But now what we've got to consider is, since we are positioned here within the supply chain, okay, we need a business in order to purchase from these guys. Okay, so now with us needing a business to purchase from these guys within the supply chain, that means we are doing B2B transactions. So we are purchasing from businesses as a business. Okay, so that does not mean that you can just call these guys and say, hi, I'm Tom from down the road. I want to open up an account with you and purchase from you. No, you have to approach these guys correctly. You have to have the correct approach. You have to have the correct knowledge of going into business with these suppliers and understand exactly how you have to position yourselves to actually work with these guys, okay? Because these guys will have requirements and they will not let any Tom, Dick and Harry just stock their products, okay? So you've got to make sure that you are well equipped when it comes to outreaching to these guys. Now, with this being a B2B transaction, there are certain things which you need to have, right? Or you need to have an understanding of, or your business needs to have, sorry. For example, limited company. Okay, that's pretty self-explanatory. And branding, ethos, and presentation. Okay, so what comes under branding? Have we got a business website in play? Have we got a business email address? Have we got a nice email signature? All of these things which present yourself professionally, because you are doing B2B transactions, you need to have a professional way about your business, okay? So that means sending professional emails, not like their text messages, sending nice and professional emails, having a nice website, having a logo, all of these things which builds up your business's brand and presence and professionalism. So when you're going and outreaching to these companies, you're presented in a way that is professional and in a way that positions yourself or positions your business in a position of authority that will make these guys want to work with you. Now, alongside that, something which is very important is your business ethos. Okay, what is the ethos of your business? Okay, now what I mean by that is, how are you going to position yourselves when it comes to talk to these guys? Okay, what is your ethos? Okay. Now, what's very important here is understanding what these guys want, and then we can build our ethos around that. So what are these guys wanting? They want customers who will be there for the long term, who can offer them value and offer them consistent revenue. Okay, so that's how we will position our ethos. So with this being a B2B transaction, we need to understand that value is being exchanged, okay? So let's take this, for example. We are offering value to Amazon customers because we are offering them good pricing, good product availability, and next day shipping, so quick fulfillment. So we've got to understand, with us being here, how can we offer value to these guys? Like I've just said, things like consistent revenue, things like volume purchases, things like helping them move certain lines of stock. There's so many ways in which we can offer these guys value, and that comes down to your company ethos, right? So when it comes to outreaching to these suppliers, you've got to understand, you can't just call these guys and be like, hi, can I open up an account? No, you've got to have an ethos and a way of doing business. You instead want to call these guys, hi, I'm calling from company XYZ. This is our ethos. This is what we do. This is how we work with our suppliers and offer value to our suppliers. by utilizing the Amazon platform. So like I put here, you've got to understand you are partnering with companies and offering value. Now that is the game. If you want a long-term sustainable wholesale business, that is exactly what you're doing. You're not lying to your supplier trying to flog stock and make some quick cash. No, we are partnering with companies and offering value. So now there are certain fundamentals which you need to have an understanding of if you want the longevity and the sustainability that comes with the wholesale business model. And most don't actually know what they're doing, like I put there. Okay, now what I mean by that is most people, when you mention wholesale, in their head they've built up this image of, let's go onto Google, let's Google search for suppliers, we're going to get a price list, plug that price list in a price list scanner, we're going to get limited profits, right? That is not how it works. Okay, there's so much more involved when it comes to wholesale. So the fundamentals, I've got a few there. Suppliers. You cannot go on Google and try and work with these suppliers. Overly saturated, there's going to be no profits there. If there is profits there, they're going to tank because these suppliers are so easily accessible. Also, with these suppliers that are so easily accessible, impossible to develop relationships with them because they've got about 1 million people calling their phones every single day, okay? Now what we've got to think of is there are suppliers out there which we can work with, which aren't staring in our faces on Google. Because you've got to think to yourself now, let's say Tesco, for example, all these high street retailers, where are their distributors? They've been doing business with their distributors for the last 20, 30 years. All their business has been built up in person, shaking hands, developing relationships. These guys, these suppliers that we want to work with, they don't care about being on Google. Okay, so we've got to think, how can we find these suppliers that don't care about Google, that we can actually do business with, develop relationships with, do long-term business with, and achieve sustainable profits with, because other people won't be able to find them because they're difficult to find on Google. So that's a fundamental of the business model. And also things like decision making. So having the ability to read data, to negotiate, understanding when to negotiate, how to negotiate with your suppliers, okay? So that's all down to your decision making. And how can we better our decision making? By having knowledge of experience, knowledge of your ability to read data as well and spot trends, whether that be on a keeper graph or whether that be in a negotiation situation, okay? Now something else which I want to touch on when it comes to knowledge, so many people lack knowledge when it comes to wholesale. And they think wholesale is saturated just because the same 20, 30 wholesalers which are seeing on Google, they think that's it. That is not it. And now that leads them to thinking wholesale saturated, but it is so unsaturated if you know what you're doing. The suppliers are out there. You just need to have the knowledge. And it's not just about the suppliers. You need to have that same knowledge when it comes to negotiating. Do you know how to negotiate with suppliers? Do you know how to offer value to your suppliers to then enable you to negotiate with them and get pricing no other seller can get and get products no other seller can get as well. Also having knowledge on how you go through price lists to extract profits that no other seller will simply spot. So now all these things come into play and make wholesale so unsaturated. It's ridiculous. You just need to have the knowledge there. Something I say to everyone is that most people do Amazon to this level or wholesale to this level and they struggle. In order to get all these positives that come with wholesale, the long-term side of it, the stable listing, the scalability, the replans, the less risk that's involved with wholesale, the time freedom, the less saturation, you need to understand, you've got to be doing it at this level. You need to have the knowledge in order to execute all this. And so many people lack that knowledge. So many people don't know how to find those unsaturated suppliers. So many people don't know how to negotiate with their suppliers. So many people don't know how to do these high-level tasks like extracting profits from price lists and not just putting it in a software scanner or a price list scanner, sorry. So like I put there, to reap these rewards, you've got to be able to invest time. You've got to be able to have the knowledge, okay? Knowledge that's taken me years and years to obtain, okay? Now this knowledge will enable you to do all these things because you will know how to negotiate, you'll know how to find these suppliers, you'll know how to make decisions based on data, you'll know how to spot advanced trends that other people won't be able to spot. And also sacrifice, because you've got to understand, if you want the long-term side of wholesale, you are going to have to make short-term sacrifices for long-term gain. For example, short-term sacrifices, which may come into play in your negotiation pitches and when you're offering value to your suppliers, okay? Whereby you're doing a favor for these suppliers that may not make the best short-term sense, but in the long term, you know that will reap or that will cause you to profit in the future of said suppliers, okay? So that's something else you want to understand, okay? Now that touches on, it's not a get rich quick scheme. You've got to understand it is a long-term business. You've got to be willing to put the work in first, develop these foundations, and build a business, right? Which will be there for the long term, which is so possible once you have the right knowledge as well. Okay, now something else I want to touch on is that there are two approaches when it comes to operating in this business model, okay? Approach one, we're finding our unsaturated suppliers first, okay? Where you're deploying certain strategies and methods to find suppliers which other people won't find, suppliers which are in good positions within the supply chain, lucrative positions, from all around the world, right? UK, all around the world, Europe, America. And you're utilizing the products at their disposal and those relationships which you develop with these suppliers and reps to extract profits on Amazon. Now, approach two is you're finding opportunistic products, so products that fit certain trends on the Amazon platform, and then going to locate suppliers for these guys. Or B, you also with approach two, it's locating brands with opportunities on Amazon. So brands which again fit certain trends, and then you're then going in and contacting these brands to work with these brands, all right? So that's the second approach. So that hopefully should give you a quick rundown on the wholesale business model. I should hopefully give you a bit of a better idea as to exactly what it looks like. Now, something I've put here is S&P, which is systems and processes. Now, this is where most people really struggle to scale the wholesale business because they lack the fundamentals. Now, because of that, they implement the wrong systems and processes and don't actually scale. What I mean by that is, so their sourcing methods, maybe let's find these simple suppliers, but you don't realize, or they don't realize at the time that using these simple suppliers, I'm going to place a 5K order, all the listings are going to tank, I'm going to be left with 5K after a couple of months. And now if you implement a systems and process with the wrong knowledge and the wrong fundamentals, you're just going to keep spending the same money. You are not going to scale. You cannot scale with the incorrect fundamentals and then apply systems and processes to them. For example, let's say your systems and processes, when it comes to, let's say, decision making or your knowledge of going through a price list, if you've got the wrong systems and processes, you're never going to scale because you're never going to have the right systems and processes in place when you're going through a price list. So how can you actually scale and outsource certain tasks and delegate if you've got the wrong knowledge and the wrong systems and processes in place and you lack all these fundamentals? For example, if you don't know how to develop relationships with your suppliers and offer value to them, you might have a systems or a process in place where you've delegated a task to someone to outreach and develop relationships. But if you don't know yourself how to develop relationships with suppliers, it's not going to work when you put systems and process in place, or a system or a process in place, sorry. So you've got to understand that these fundamentals are crucial to build up a sustainable wholesale business. Because you see a lot of people now saying wholesale sustainable, you're going to get those stable listings, you're going to be able to scale it. But then when you look at their fundamentals, they don't know what they're doing. They're literally saying, go onto Google, find these really saturated suppliers, don't even negotiate with these guys, lie about selling on Amazon. No, you've got to understand your suppliers are the most important cog within your business. You've got to be able to partner with them, work with them, offer them value. But most people don't know how to do that. They don't know how to negotiate. They don't know how to make calculated risks. Okay, because calculated risks do come into play. It's a business at the end of the day. You've got to make these calculated risks, and that falls under decision making as well. But yeah, hopefully that gave you a bit more of an in-depth understanding of what's actually involved in the wholesale business if you want to run it sustainably and get those results. Because you see a lot of information now online, and it's just like, this is how you do wholesale, you get those results. But no, this is how you do wholesale to get those results. Okay, you've got to understand it's not a get rich quick scheme. There is work involved. If you put the work in, the rewards are there. If you have the knowledge, put the time in, sacrifice, the rewards are there. Okay, if you need any help with any of this or want to work with me, click the link in the description. Okay, there will be a call link there to book a free call if you want to potentially work with me. But as you can see here, there is a lot involved. Okay, and I will have a lot more videos coming to give you guys an idea of what is actually needed and the knowledge you actually need to run a wholesale business sustainably.